Kim, I knew a parent years ago, and she would tell her daughter, "You're nothing like me. I don't know I don't know how you became the person that you are, or how you are the person that you are." And I mean, she started saying this to her daughter at a very, very young age. And the daughter, as she got a little older, she would come back with this statement, which is so true. And the daughter would say, "I'm a product of my environment." And in some households, that statement would be considered as being sassy or back talking or disrespectful. But we have to agree that the statement is true. Children are a carbon copy of their environment. So let me say this: parents, parents, you must understand the power of your influence. You must recognize the power of your influence, the influence that you have over your children. Now, in today's culture, and I'd say over the last 30, 40 years, and maybe even be prior to then, parents have said, "Oh, peers apply pressure, and society provides pressure on our kids and shapes our kids in all of these external states of being," when in actuality, and I'll just set the record straight, as I've worked with families and children and have been a parent myself over the last 42 years, the greatest influence in your child's life, parent, is you. YOU. You have the greatest influence in your child's life. Now let me clarify this. Let's dig a little deeper into this a little bit. Um, Parent, you are the first and most significant influence in your child's life. From the earliest moments of infancy, brand new babies, as soon as that baby pops out, it is your influence, your presence that impacts their lives. They're observant as they grow. They imitate what you do as a parent. They internalize the actions, words, and attitudes displayed by their parents. Now, what does that mean? What does that mean? They're constantly taking it in and shaping and forming their thought processes and their own actions, their own belief systems based on your words as a parent, based on your actions, based on your attitudes. They're imitating you, and they're taking it in, and they're internalizing it. And over time, they give you back what they have taken in down through the years. The influence extends beyond genetics and shaping the child's cognitive and emotional and social development, guys. Listen, it is beyond genetics. And definitely there are traits and attributes of a child that are purely that they inherit through their DNA. There's so many studies that have been done of twins or siblings that have been separated at birth from one another, or children from their parents, and they wind up having some of the same likes, dislikes, attributes, behaviors. Sure, there's much to be said about the DNA, and about the genetic aspects that are passed on. But we cannot ignore the fact, that children and that input and that information that they are gleaning from their environment, we can't ignore the impact that has on a child's life. So listen, how does a parent create a positive home environment? Come on, let's chop this up. Number one, if you're taking notes, modeling behavior. Understand, parent, first of all, you have to be aware that your child does not only pay attention to what you say to them or what you do in front of them when you are aware that they are there. Your child is taking in information of what you're saying when you think they do not hear you. What the actions and activities that you are displaying when you believe You are beyond their eye shot. I tell parents this all the time. Don't play your child cheap. Don't underestimate their intellect. Parents, do not underestimate your children's intellect. You're constantly modeling for them who to be and how to be. Children learn by observing. So it's crucial for parents to model the behaviors and values they wish to instill in their children. Whether it's displaying kindness, resilience, hey, come on, or strong work ethic, parents are the living examples from which children draw inspiration. Parents, you inspire your children. Your children are your fans. I am here to tell you, I have 4 of my own who are all adults, and they are sitting on the sidelines watching you live your life, and they're ready to be your biggest cheerleaders, your biggest fans, and then turn around and pattern their lives after yours. So the first thing, understand that and be cognizant and aware of the behavior that you're modeling in front of your children. The second thing that I would say is open communication. How do you create a positive home environment? Through open communication. Listen, when I had my children, and this is true with my clients that I work with, I tell them this: communicate with your children, because their spidey senses, they're very sensitive beings. They're very alert, very aware, very perceptive, very discerning. Children are very discerning, and they can tell when you're full of it. They can